Good morning, class. So, today we'll begin with a new chapter, that is the third chapter, data handling. So, what do you mean by data? Data is a collection of information. In your class 6th, you have already learned how to collect data, organize, tabulate, and present it in the form of bar graph. This kind of representation of data actually help us in analyzing, interpreting, and drawing interfaces from the data for further use. So in this chapter, we'll learn how to collect relevant data, organize and present it in the form of frequency distribution table using tally mark, and draw bar graph and draw double bar graph. Okay? We will also learn about the three representative value, that is mean, median and mode. To begin with, let us learn what is a data. A data is a collection of numbers gathered to give some information. It could be marks of students, shopping done in a year, attendance of students, weight of some individual, and so on. For example, the marks of students in the class or the amount of various goods shopped for the market. The collection, recorded, and representation of data help us organize our experience and draw interfaces from them. Before collecting the data, it is important to know what we could do or could use it. Proper organizing of data is very important since it ensures that the data is easy to understand and interpret, right? So we can say that the information collected in the form of numbers is called data. Every numerical figure in a data is called observation. The number of times a particular observation occurs is called a frequency. Data is collected to obtain useful and insightful information about the material. Data needs to be organized in a proper table so that it becomes easy to understand and interpret. We need to arrange the data in tabular form. Next, let us learn about the different representative values. A numerical value which represents the entire data is called a representative value, or measure of central tendency of that data. The numerical value which represents the entire statistical data is neither the lowest value nor the highest value of data. Rather, it lies in between the two extreme values of data. So basically, there are three types of representative values, that is mean, median, and mode. Now let us know in detail about arithmetic mean. This is the most common representation value of a group of data. The average or arithmetic mean or simply mean is defined as sum of all observation divided by number of observations. It values between the maximum and the minimum observation of data. For example, the height of Ram is 150 centimeters and height of Rima is 132 centimeters. What is the average height? So here you know that the height of Ram is 150 centimeters and height of Rima is 132 centimeters, right? Now average means in between. So the number of observation is 2. So as per the definition, average height will be equal to sum of height divided by number of observation. So that will be equal to 150 plus 132 divided by 2. And the answer will be 141 centimeters. So we can say that the average mean of the heights of Ram and Rima is 141 centimeters. Let us now take another example. Ashish studied for 4 hours, 5 hours and 3 hours respectively on 3 consecutive days. How many hours does he study daily on an average? So what is the formula? We have to add the total number of hours divided by the total number of observation. That is 1, 2, 3, right? So firstly, we'll write the average study time of Ashish would be the total number of study hours divided by the total number of days he studied. So that is equal to 4 plus 5 plus 3 divided by 3 hours. So the answer will be equal to 4 hours per day. Thus we can say that Ashit studied for 4 hours daily on an average. Now next we'll learn about range. So what is a range? Range is not a representative value like a mean, median or mode. It gives us an idea about the data. It is found by finding a difference from the highest observation and the lowest observation. So it helps us to find like how far is the observation or till what range the observation is observed. So let us now take an example. The ages of years of 10 teachers of a school are 32, 41, 28, 54, 35, 26, 23, 33, 38 and 40. Now the first thing that you have to find is what is the age of the oldest teacher and that of the youngest teacher. So how will you find the range? So the range will be to arrange firstly all the data in ascending order. Okay, so we'll find the oldest teacher as 54 and the youngest teacher will be 23. The next thing that you have to find is the range of ages of the teachers. So the range of the ages will be 54 minus 23. So we can say that the range is 31 years. So now the next question says, what is the mean age of the teachers? So what is the formula to find the mean? That is to add all the observations divided by the number of observations. So we can say that the mean of age of teachers is equal to 350 divided by 10 and the answer is 35 years. Now let us learn about the next type of central tendency or representative value. This is mode. The mode of a set of observation is the observation that occurs most often. Okay, so if we have a set of data and in that the data, a specific data which repeats maximum number of times is called the mode of the data. For example, we have this specific set of data that is 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 4. Right? Here we have to find the mode of this data. So firstly, the first step that you have to do is arrange the data in ascending order or descending order. And then the mode of the data, like the 2, number 2 is repeating again almost 4 times. So the mode of this data will be 2. So where is such kind of representative value normally used in our daily life? For example, if we take the case of a textile shop. Here the shirt size 34 and 42 are observed to have maximum sales. So this kind of representative value, that is the mode, is used so that they can buy the maximum number of shirts of size 34 and 42 in their stocks such that they get the maximum sale. Now let us see how to find the mode of large data. For example, there is a huge number of data and you have to find the mode. In this case, the first step that you have to use is using tabulation and then putting tally marks and finding the frequency. So using the frequency or observing the frequency, we can find which is the mode. That is, the one with the highest frequency will be the mode. For example, we have this big data over here and we have to find the mode of this data. In this case, the first step will be to firstly put it in a tabulation form and then represent tally bars and then the frequency or the number of time they are repeating, right? Then the frequency which has got the maximum, the number or the data which has got the maximum frequency will be the mode of that specific data. So in this example, 2 is the mode since 2 has occurred the highest number of times. Now let us take another example. So we have this data and we have to find the mode of this number. So we will observe in this data that 2 and 5 are repeating the same number of times, that is 3. So 2 is repeating 3 times and 5 is repeating 3 times. So in this case, both 2 and 5 have occurred 3 times. So both are the mode of that data. Now we'll learn about the next kind of representative value, that is median. So median refers to the value which lies in middle of the data when data is arranged in an increasing or decreasing order. So firstly, to find the median, the first step will be to arrange the data in ascending and descending order and then find the middle value of the observation. For example, we have to find the median of this specific data, that is 2, 4, 6, 8 now. So right now it is already arranged in ascending order. Now the middle will be 6. So 6 is the median of this specific observation. But there are actually two types of cases or two types of observation that we can find. In one case, there are odd number of observation. In the other case, there are even number of observation. So whenever we have an odd number of observation, but in the other case, when there are even number of observations, then the middle there will be two values. So we'll have to find the average of those two values to find the median of that data, right? For example, if we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 as the data. Now here we have 6 observations. So how we'll find the middle data? So in this case, we'll add 6 and 8 and then divide it by 2 to get the median as 7. So basically, the formula to find the median is as follows. Whenever there are odd number of observation, the data or the observation which is present at n plus 1 divided by 2 position, that will be the median. But when there are even number of observation, the observation or the data which is present at n by 2th observation and n by 2 plus 1th position, we have to add both of them and divide it by 2. We'll take an example and use the formulas so that you will have a clearer idea. So in this question, we have to find the median of data 24, 36, 46, 17, 18, 25, 35. So the very first step will be to arrange the data in ascending order. Now check how many observations are there. There are totally 7 observations. So the median will be equal to 7 plus 1 divided by 2. So that is equal to 8 by 2. So the data at the 4th position will be the median. So the answer will be 25. Now let us take another example. So here we have weight of 15 students. So number of observation is 50. So we have to find the mode and median of this data. So the very first step will be to arrange the data in ascending order. Yes. After doing that, we have observed that there are 2 data which are repeating 3 times. That is 38 is repeating 3 times and 43 is repeating 3 times. So both 38 and 43 are the mode of this specific data. Now to find the median, the first step is to arrange the data in ascending order. Yes. After that, we have to find how many observations are there. There are 15. So 15 plus 1 divided by 2, that is 16 divided by 2. So the data at the 8th position, that is 40, will be the median of this specific data. Now let's begin with exercise 3.1. The first question says to find the range of heights of any 10 students of your class. So let us imagine that these are the name of students and then after that I have found the range. So what is the formula of range? Range is highest height minus the lowest height. So over here the highest height is 5.3 and then lowest height is 4.2. So the range will be equal to 1.1 feet. Now the second question, we have a set of data. Now they have said to arrange this in a tabular form. So here is the second question where you have this data, that is the marks in a class, and you have to organize it firstly in a tabular manner. So that can be done in this format. Here you have the serial number, the marks, the tally marks and the frequency. So firstly, write down the serial number. For example, over here it will depend on the
number of range, what is the range. So over here almost the marks are ranging from the number 1 to number 9. So you'll write the serial number as 1 to 9. And then the marks. Then we'll have to write the marks from 1 to 9. Okay. Now we'll have to take each marks one at a time and check out what is the frequency. Frequency means how many times the marks are repeating. For example, the number 1 is repeating once. Number 2 is repeating twice. Number 3 is repeating once. So in that manner, we'll have to find the frequency of individual marks. Accordingly, we'll write the tally marks. So this will be the tabular way of representing the data. So let's begin. Here we write the serial number, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Similarly, the marks ranging from 1 to 9, right? 9. Okay. Now the next thing will be to find out how many times marks 1 is repeating in this data. So let's take out a pencil and mark out the numbers which you have counted. So number 1 is repeating only once. So write down the frequency as 1. Now the number 2 is repeating twice. Mark it out and write it over here as 2. Number 3 is repeating once. So we'll write it over here as 1. Number 4 is repeating almost 1 and then 2 and 3 times, right? So we'll write it as 3. Number 5 is repeating almost 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 times. So we'll write it as 5 over here. Number 6 is repeating 1, 2, 3 and 4 times, right? So we'll write it over here. Number 7 is repeating 1 and 2 times, right? So we'll write it over here as 2. Number 8, now the number 8 is repeating only once and the 9 is also repeating only once. So we can write both over here as 1. So after doing this, we can do silly mistakes. So just count the frequency. It should be equal to the number of data that you are having. So here you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 16, 18, 19, 20. So count out the number of data you're having. That is also equal to 20. So that means we have not missed out on anything. Now let us see how to write the tally marks for this frequency. So whenever it is 1, we just write a 1. Whenever the frequency is 2, we'll write 2 like this. 1 will be represented in the same manner. 3 will be like 3 dashes, right? 5 is a bit different. You'll have to write 4 lines and a dash, right? Number 4 will be represented with 4 lines. Number 2 with 2 lines. Number 1 with 1 line and number 1 with 1 line. So here you have learned how to write the tally marks for this, right? Now one more thing you will have to remember is that, for example, if we have the frequency as 10, what will be the tally marks? It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What will be the tally marks if we write the number as 6? It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Right? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? So this is the way of representing the tally marks. Okay, you can use it whenever you have a question where you have to find the or show the data in a tabular manner. Okay, so in this question it was specified to write the answer in a tabular manner. That's why we have done this.
Now, after writing the answers in tabular manner, the first question is which is the highest number or which is the highest mark? The answer is 9. And which is the lowest mark or the number? It is 1. Now, next to find the range. So, what is the formula of range? The highest value minus the lowest value will give you the range. So, 9 minus 1, the answer is 8. Now, to find the arithmetic mean, you have to add all the values and then divide it with the number of values. So that is 20. And so the answer will be 5. Now the next question, that is to find the mean of the first 5 whole numbers. So the first 5 whole numbers start from 0. So the answer is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to use the formula to determine the mean and the answer will be 2. Now in the fourth question, we have to find the mean score of these data. So using the formula, we can say that mean is equal to sum of the scores divided by number of innings. So the answer will be equal to 50. In the fifth question, we have a table showing the scores of players A, B, C. Okay, now let's see what is the question. The first part says find the mean to determine A's average number of points scored per game. What is the formula for mean? It is sum of scores divided by number of games. Yes, so the answer will be adding all the scores of A and then dividing it by 4 because the total number of games played is 4. So the answer is 12.5. In the fifth question, second part, you have to find the mean of player C. They have also asked to explain how many points will you divide it by 3 or by 4. So we can say we'll divide it by total number 3 because C has played only 3 games. He has not played 4 games. So we'll take the total games as 3. So now in the third part, you have to find the mean of player B. So you know the score is 0 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 and then he has played 4 games. So the answer will be 4.5. Now in the fourth question, you have to find the best performer. So whenever you get such kind of questions, you have to find the mean of player A, player B and player C, and then out of that you have to select which is the maximum or which mean is the maximum to determine who is the best player. So seeing the results, you can say that player A is the best performer. In the sixth question, some marks are given of students. Now you have to determine the highest and lowest mark, the range and the mean. So using the formulas, you can do it easily. So the highest mark 95, lowest 39. Similarly, the range is highest mark minus lowest mark, that is 56. The mean, the sum of marks divided by the total number of marks, answer is 73. Now in the seventh question, you have a data regarding the enrollment of school. Now you have to directly find the mean. So what is the formula for mean? You have to add all the data divided by the number of enrollments, right? So the answer will be 2058. Now in the eighth question, we have a data regarding the rainfall which is recorded. Now you have to find the range, the mean, and on how many days will the rainfall be lesser than. So this is also a direct question. You have to directly use the formula. So easily you can determine the highest and the lowest range, then the mean, and then right now you know what is the mean rainfall data, that is 5.9 mm. So the number of days, the other days where the rainfall is less than 5.9, you have to jot it down and that will be the answer for the third question. Now in the ninth question, we have a data regarding the height of girls. Here also you have to determine the height which is the tallest, the shortest girl, the range and the mean height. So you can use the formulas. For the range, answer will be the highest height minus the lowest height. For the mean, sum of the heights divided by number of girls, and the 5 girls who have a height more than the mean, you can name it or write it down in the last question. Now let's move to the next exercise, that is exercise 3.2. Here you have questions related to mode and median. So I hope you remember what is the formula of mode and median. So mode is the data which is repeated the highest number of time, and median is the middle value. So let us begin with the first question. Here we have the test scores of 25 students, right? So here, firstly, you have to find the mode and median of this data. So in this data, you can find that 20 is repeating around 4 times, and that is the only data which is repeating 4 times. So the mode will be 20. Now the median. Now over here, the total number of observations is 15. So the formula to find the median will be equal to n plus 1 divided by 2, which means 16 divided by 2. So the answer will be in the 8th position. So the data in the 8th position is 20. So the median will also be equal to 20. That both mid and median are same. In the second question, you have to find the mean, mode and median of this data. Now, what is the formula to find the mean? Sum of observation divided by the number of observation. We get the answer as 39. Now the mode, that is the observation which is repeating the maximum number of time. So 15 is repeating 3 times, so answer is 15. And the median, that is the middle value. So here we have 11 observation. So median will be equal to 11 plus 1 divided by 2. So that is the 6th data. So that is also 15. So we can say that mode and median are same. In the third question, you have a data which is the weight of students. So over here you have to find the mode, median, and you have to determine whether there are more than one mode, right? So in this data, 38 and 43 are repeating 3 times, both of them. So both of them will be the mode. While in the case of median, there are total 15 observation. So median will be 15 plus 1 divided by 2, that is the 8th observation. So the 8th observation is 40. And the second part, you can say that there are total 2 modes in this question. Now the fourth question, to find the mode and median of this data, very simple. Use the formulas and firstly arrange them in ascending order, then determine the mode and the mean. So you'll find 14 is the mode and the median as well. Now the fifth question is true and false question. The first one, the mode is always one of the numbers of data. Yes, it is true. The mean is one of the number in a data. No. Mean has to be calculated using the formula, so it is not one of the data. But the third question is true because median is one of the data. It is one of the middle data, right? And the fourth question, the data has mean as 9. No. When you add all these observation and divide it by the number of observation, it is a different answer, right? So the last one is false. So we have completed the exercise 3.2. So your homework for today will be to complete your exercise 3.1 and 3.2 in your notebooks. Thank you. Have a great day.